It's really interesting there. You mentioned in terms of one of the reasons why you've been so successful is because you mentioned in there you focus on your strengths and you do things that make you really excited, or things you're naturally interested about. Sounds very simple, but I remember we spoke on the phone last week and you also mentioned that's absolutely key to getting a sort of a team that's fully engaged and motivated.
Totally, yeah.
So can you just elaborate a little bit on that point?
So I don't know if this is indicative of just the schools that I went to, but I remember going to school and permanently being asked to work on things that I wasn't very good at, because I had to get better at my weaknesses and had to build on my kind of gaps and my areas that I wasn't so strong at, and I didn't realise why I didn't like school so much, and until I got into kind of uni and kind of a startup environment where one of my first leaders, Duncan McKillop, who's a genius and a nutter, but he was like, why would you work on your weaknesses? There's a reason why they're weaknesses. And it was just the right time for me to hear that, and I was ready to kind of respond to it in a way that was like, oh my God, yeah, that was the most ridiculous thing. So ever since then I've been very strength-based and work to find out, what are the things that I'm naturally good at, what are the things that I'm interested in, what are the things that I get excited about, and I can feel myself getting excited about, and therefore there's a more likelihood that I'm going to be passionate about them, and I'm going to be kind of wanting to know everything about them, so that I'll naturally, hopefully, be better at them than the things that I'm bored with. So that was a revelation to me, kind of when I was younger, early on, and then ever since then I've found that approach, and there's lots of companies like the Strength Foundation and Strength Finder and Gallup, and there's so many companies that are based on finding out what your strengths are, really getting to know your personal attributes, what you're good at, what you're not good at, and it helps people then define where their careers are going and where their lives are going and stuff. And so I've always, since then, because it struck a chord for me, been really passionate about that area and encouraged others to do the same. So when I've been building teams and when I've been working with individuals, it's always about, what are you good at? What are the things that, put your job description aside for a minute. What are the things that you're just naturally good at? What are the things where you completely lose time in? If you lose time in it, it's a fairly good indication that you're very absorbed and very passionate, and therefore, why wouldn't you put yourself in positions where you do more and more of that? Because if you do put yourself in those positions, you tend to be brilliant at it. Everyone else can feel that, and then you get more and more opportunities. So I've always believed that, and I've built teams around that, and I've got kind of lots of great mentees and mentors who help me to think about kind of how do you get the best out of people and put them in positions where they can just use their strengths naturally. And yeah, I'm very passionate about it, as you can probably tell.
Yeah, no, I can, absolutely.